to Chutney Chick's world. Welcome to Chutney Chick's world. Welcome to Chutney Chick's world. Assalamu alaikum, Sat Sri Akal, and Namaste, and welcome to my new series, Noor's Thoughts on Decolonizing Design. The colonialism I'm going to be focusing on is when Western ruling classes went and took over basically everywhere with people of colour, destroyed everything, committed crazy atrocities, etc. Think genocides, famine, and slavery vibes. To get away with it, they had to justify their actions to everyday people in the West, and they had to keep colonised societies weak. One of the key ways this was achieved was through establishing hierarchies. People in the West were taught that people of colour were uncivilized and that Western rule was necessary, and people in colonised countries were convinced to fight each other rather than unite against the ruling class. The power dynamics that this established are still ongoing and are supported by modern-day graphic design. Think about ads, rebrands, propaganda, which all work to keep marginalized groups, people of color, disabled people, members of the working class, divided and misrepresented. It's not just a race thing, all of this oppression is linked together. The ruling class has the most cash money dollar and therefore are able to pay graphic designers tons of cash money to push these messages forward. It then becomes the industry's job to churn out designers willing to do this, which is where hierarchies make their return, just rebranded as corporate structures instead. These types of structures exist within art schools, major design agencies, at the offices of design software developers who have a monopoly on the industry, etc., and ways of working that exist outside of these major design institutions are deemed bad and wrong. So we then have to consider how we can challenge this as individual designers. Could we be creating more authentic work? Could it be that we embrace our identities within our work, create our own and build our own spaces, communities and networks that exist outside of major design institutions? So I thought it would also be helpful to talk about two examples from my own practice. So one of my biggest influences are the graphics present on Manchester's Curry Mile and South Asian / halal takeaways in general. These graphics often feature low resolution and highly saturated images, contrasts between type and backgrounds that make type difficult to read, or the use of typefaces found in software such as Microsoft Word, such as Arial Rounded or Comic Sans. These characteristics suggest that the businesses have produced these images themselves, but these characteristics have also been deemed bad and wrong by major design institutions. Does anyone have any guesses why? Could it be that they're mad the money's not coming to them? But for myself and the rest of my community who frequent these fantastic businesses, this aesthetic provides comfort and other positive associations. I personally associate this style of design with food that has been lovingly prepared, as well as the large and welcoming community that I come from. I feel that channeling this aesthetic in my design work is a way to honor that. Another quite recent example is being an artist within Mango Jam Collective, an artist collective where I am joined by 4 wonderful South Asian and Southeast Asian artists, Fajr, Jude, Pida, and Reena. We all have different but complementary skill sets, ideas, and resources, and whilst each of us have successful art practices individually, collaborating means that we will be able to push ourselves and each other further creatively and feel confident to take on more ambitious projects, rather than taking on a hierarchical structure, which we've all had issues with. It's just all of us holding hands and being best friends instead, plus boring admin type work to keep things fair. But that's also very necessary to holding hands and being best friends. That's the whole video. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and comment and subscribe and support me using the links in the description. And if you want to play the mini game that I was playing, you can at chutney-chick.com/pages/mini-games. That's it. That is. Bye.